to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia. With me today we have Brandon.
Hello.
We're here to talk about games and things.
Games and things.
What's on the agenda today? Clean up. That's what's on the agenda. Things that we've been playing and working towards at the end of the year because everything should be out by now. It is the 23rd of December. So we had a bunch of things, but it looks like we have some overlap with things. Well, why don't we start with Metroid then? Since we both played that.
Sure.
I
continued it and went to the fire area, and that's about it. I've been exploring the fire area some. Mostly been playing in handheld during doctor's appointments and whatnot, so only like 30, 40-minute bursts here and there. I really haven't done that much, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I feel like the game works at least decently for those short bursts, especially with suspend, which is very helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, I went back through. I actually finished it last night.
Okay.
So I got the last items that I needed, and then so I got 100% items, and then I went and finished it up. I went through like area by area because there's those like robots you can like activate that show you where all like the items are in each area. So I went through and I had been going through each area and I was like, all right, done. And then I look at I'm like 99%. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I like looking at the maps for each one. I'm like, nope, fire area, nope, those are all good. Mines, those are all good. Tree place, those are all good. And then I was like, I was in the ice area. That's where I was. That's why I just finished up. I'm like, okay, they're all good here. And I'm like, where's the last one? I'm like, oh, it's in Volt Forge. So I go back to Volt Forge, find the last one because it was not in a normal area in the map. So I finished that. I'm like, all right, now I'm 100%. I look at the thing, 99%. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I'm like, where now? There's a robot in the desert, but I already got the things in the desert. Well, apparently they can be inside shrines too. So I was like, oh, good to know. There's my last one. So I finally did that. And that final boss, yeah, it is a ride, I will say. It's a fun ride. That's pretty nice. But again, the bosses really do shine in this game. I think they do a really good job with it. I did enjoy my time overall with this game. I think it was a lot of fun. I think it has a nice I would say nice difficulty balance. I think we talked about it before. Everything seems to be, at least in that regard, very well balanced. I feel like it was a good give and take with that final battle with some close moments there with it all paying off. So, but that was nice. I know some people were upset with the ending, but I thought it all came together really well. So that was good. I think I don't know, like the secret cutscene or whatever, I think does explain a little bit more, kind of the backstory, although it doesn't go too much into depth, but at least I think sets the stage for maybe what's coming next. So I enjoyed that. Do I have anything else to say about Metroid? I don't think so. It's fun. I enjoyed it. I would say for you, just keep plugging through. I think.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You get there. Balancing a lot of things. Let's keep talking since I'm already talking.
Yeah, go
on. The other thing that I played this week, so I went back to Pokemon Legends EA, like the DLC. So I got a little bit more of that done. I still haven't finished the main story for it yet, but I'm getting pretty close to the end now, it seems. And then I guess there's a bit of a end game after that. So that's how it's interesting, all the different strategies and stuff that people have already uncovered online and be like, oh, you can do this to get shinies, or you can do this to get more berries, or you can do that. There is like a nice RNG element to this game, for better or worse. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. So I guess it depends on what side of that fence you're on. I don't care as much. I'm not shiny hunting. I just want to get in and have as much time as I can in those areas. So I don't need anything too fancy. I'm just playing with it as it is. But yeah, it's really, I did also get my shiny charm finally, and I just randomly found a shiny, my first like not quested one, which was, I don't know, it was kind of nice. It was that little like pumpkin, I forget what it's called, like pumpkaboo or something, which is kind of cool because it's a purple pumpkin. So I like that. I thought that was kind of nice. But yeah, I mean, there definitely seems like there's a lot of content here to explore through, so that's good. Definitely should keep people busy for a while. I know that they unlocked the next season of the online stuff, so you can get another um Mega Evolution Stone for
Hmm.
what is it? I forget how to say the name. It's the big ice dragon, whatever his name is. Excalibur, I think maybe is what it is, something like that. Um, so those are there, and all the other ones are still available and in much lower ranks, which makes them easy to go through if you have, for some reason, not gotten them yet. But that's nice there. Um, but yeah, that's really it. I mean, right now my goal is to just clean up as many games as I can before the end of the year. So finishing up the Pokemon DLC, that's kind of high up there. Hyrule Warriors did have another content update come out this week, which I turned on just to look at. And it was like 2 new stages, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like that's nothing. Like it takes me 10 seconds, so I didn't even touch them yet. I was like, "I'll save these for later. I'm not in a rush. Doesn't offer me anything new or exciting." So
Hmm.
yeah, so that's that. I don't know. I'll hand it off to you for now. I might have some other stuff to clean it back up on right now, but or later.
Yeah,
But
sure.
yeah, what else have you been playing?
Let's jump into Arc Raiders because I grinded the fuck out of this game.
Yeah.
So here's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Arc Raiders had a event where most of the time with these extraction shooters or multiplayer specific games, they give you a time frame to do things before they reset your entire character, reset you
Mm-hmm.
to scratch for their next season. Well, this game works out a little bit different. You have to opt in to be reset. And in order to do that, you have to do a shit ton of quests. You have to get up a bunch of items, get up a large amount of items, and they have to be specific items. So I, for 4 days straight, grinded that out, basically. I
Uh-huh.
pretty much slept, woke up, Arc Raiders for like 10 hours for 4 days in a row. I literally put 40 more hours into this game to grind out this expedition, as they're called.
Mm-hmm.
And I got all of my expedition completed. And then after I got it completed, we got to the end game of it, which was now you have to earn $5 million in game by just looting stuff and getting as much money as humanly possible with your loot in order to get like the extra skill points and everything. And I was able to do that in 4 days after starting at the very beginning of the first day and making it. I finished it with like 10 hours remaining. And I ended up actually doing the expedition, which resets your whole character to scratch, all of your quests, all of your missions, all of your blueprints, and everything. I mostly did it the first time because I wanted to see what they would do, and it was actually kind of interesting what they did. They gave you like a little cutscene, and the cutscene showed how much you'd done in the game, like how many people you'd killed, how many people you've revived, how many arcs you've killed, your favorite arc to kill, how much damage you've done over time, and it showed that character that you just played as for like the last 2 months leaving and a new character coming in. And the new character is the one you make at the beginning, and you get to start playing as that new character all the way from scratch, starting over with nothing and having to build your way back up. And I've been having a blast doing this because they're also doing a winter event at the same time. So I've like reset my character, and like the people that didn't reset, a lot of them are just now finding out that it was a thing you could do in the first place because they didn't even notice that you could do it. And what you got for resetting was a new costume for you and your chicken, 10% extra bonus XP anytime you do any mission to help you get to back to your level you were at before faster. Extra skill points, which means my skill tree will have more points than anyone else that has the game if they haven't done the expedition. So I have the ability to build my character past what I would have been able to last season.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, every time I like repair equipment and everything, it will repair better, like no matter what. So there are some perks for doing. Oh yeah, and you have a bigger stash and inventory size automatically. So there's perks that you get for doing the expedition as well. So there's reasons to do it outside of just, hey, I wanted to do it. So I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been really fun, like building back up from that. And I've actually seen a lot of other people that have done it as well. And yeah, it's been It's been fun. I've been really enjoying Arc Raiders, especially with their events they have had going on the last 2 weeks. So
Nice.
there's that. I'm gonna move on from that game now and go to another game.
Mm-hmm.
First one I'm going to talk about is Cyberpunk 2077 because I bought it on sale for Switch 2 and I've put like an hour into it.
Oh, nice. I bought it yesterday too. I only made it to the character like design thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then so I spent like 20 minutes making a character, and then I accidentally hit the X button and reset it. And
Oh
then
no.
I was like, we're done for today. Thank you. I was like, I spent so much time. I'm like, I'm not going back. It looks great. Like that was a screaming deal. I couldn't even pass it up. I was like 17, like what was it, 1750? Um, the internet was losing their mind because they're like, you can't even get the expansion pass for this cheap.
Yeah, it was a glitch. It was not supposed to be that price.
Yeah, I saw it's back up to 70 today. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
wow,
we grabbed
I
it.
really score. I'm never this
we
lucky with deals.
yeah, we grabbed it when it was on a huge deal. But
Yeah.
I also want to say, so I've played this game on a Steam Deck, but now I've
Mhm.
also played this on a Switch 2.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, the Switch 2 version is miles ahead of the Steam Deck version. Easily.
I heard
Easily.
the Switch 2 version was excellent.
It is
Um,
fantastic. I'm very impressed with what they've done here. I was kind of looking in awe. I would say when you're playing handheld, because I've played both handheld and the
TV.
on the
Hmm.
screen. Yeah, I played both. Um, when you're playing handheld, the character models are a bit more fuzzy. Like the detail comes down a lot more. But when you're playing on the screen, the character models are very nice looking. And the game itself looks really, really good, especially the lighting. The lighting looks incredible
Hmm.
for a Switch port of this game. Now, granted, I'm playing on quality mode with the lock 30 because I didn't really want to do the 40 FPS because 10 more FPS, although it does make a bit of a difference. Since Switch doesn't allow VRR on outside of playing handheld, I didn't
Hmm.
really feel that big of a difference, so I didn't really care to, and it felt more choppy because you can't do VRR on like your TV or your monitors or whatever with the
Oh,
Switch
fair.
2.
Hmm.
So I've opted for playing at 30 and everything. And honestly, it feels very smooth. I think they add a lot of motion blur here, like per object as well as like um when when you're like turning, that sort of deal. But the
Yeah.
motion blur is not egregious and it does just kind of smooth out the actual gameplay. And honestly, it feels great. It feels better than the original PS4 version did. Which is not a big metric,
I was
but
gonna say that bar's pretty low, but
it is very low. However, I played it on a PS4 Pro, so it actually worked because
Mhm.
on the original PS4 you really couldn't play the game, but on PS4 Pro you could. And I would still say it feels better than the PS4 Pro version that I played, which is honestly great. It feels like an Xbox Series S in my hand, sort of,
Mhm.
with the
Yeah.
way it runs. I noticed that I think since this one is using DLSS, if I'm not mistaken, it really handles the lower resolutions very, very well with the upscaling, and it looks really good while doing so. There's some noticeable issues like with the hair stuff and everything, like when you're looking in mirrors and stuff, but
Mhm.
that's fine for what this is for a handheld that's $500. Um, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's totally fine, and I'm very impressed with what they were able to do with this. From the actual graphics quality to the way the game feels to just how like detailed it is for such a lower end version, which is very, very impressive. So
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot, actually. It's a great $17.59 spin. Totally worth it. Totally, totally worth it. And
Yeah, you
honestly,
really almost can't go wrong for that price.
yeah, and you haven't played this game before, have you?
No, I know very little about it.
This is a very good game. I will tell you
Mhm.
that right now. So I've played this game on PS5. I
Mhm.
played this game on PC with mods,
Mhm.
and I've played this game on Xbox. I played this game in 3 different ways, mostly because I had the ability to do so on each one of them for one reason or another. And like PC was the first place I bought it, so I tried it with like the path tracing and stuff, which is the extra PC bells and whistles. Looks fucking incredible, plays incredible, great game. I played it on PS5 where I had the DLC initially because my buddy bought it for me. He wanted me to see me play through it. Loved that game, so good, very very fun, great open world game. It's very different from many other open world games. It does feel like a world that's actually lived in,
Mhm.
and it's just an excellent story all around, as well as the music and the gameplay. It's very good, and there's a lot of different ways you can tackle your actual gameplay choices in this game. I've also played it when it like had its update where they changed like the entire skill tree system, and they've made massive improvements to this game. And this Switch 2 version has like all the things that I loved when I played the game with all the updates to the skill tree and all the other stuff, but now it's in my hand. And honestly, I'm very impressed with everything they've done here. It feels like CD Projekt Red, who put this together, actually really cared about making the Switch 2 version as good as humanly possible.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, they put a lot of care into Witcher 3 when that came out on the Switch 1. That was some wizardry on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it sounds like it's pretty impressive what they were able to pull together from everything I had read the last couple months. It's my biggest
Yeah,
Switch 2
I
game
pulled.
by far, but
I mean, yeah, but also I wanted to point that out. It is 60 gigabytes on Switch 2, right?
Mhm.
It's like a 120, 130 gig game everywhere else. So they also got the compression really, really well
Yeah, that's pretty impressive then. It's like
without
half the
like
size.
losing quality, like without losing a ton of quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like obviously you're gonna lose quality because you're not gonna have those 4K textures and stuff. But like, it
but
still looks really good for what it is.
no, yeah, looks gorgeous. At least for the small bit that I got to play.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm excited to unpack it and try some more.
It's the first time I've carried a naked, like fully frontal and chest naked body on a Switch game in handheld. And I was just like, this is really weird.
Yeah, I don't think I have any other naked Switch games that I could think of. Um,
Especially not full frontal. I mean, you don't see
yeah.
that in games nowadays.
No, you really don't. I'm trying to think. I'm sure I've had other ones. I feel like there's some scary games, like not Amnesia, but something like what was the game with the camera? Weren't there naked people running around there? I can't remember.
Yeah, but I don't think they had like detailed penises and vaginas. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I don't
That's what I'm
remember.
talking about because it's actually like detailed in this game. Like, what?
Oh yeah, no, you don't get that much detail for sure. Yeah, no, I can't even think of anything else. So yeah, definitely that is unique on its own, for sure.
I mean, obviously, I'm just being, I don't know, I guess facetious or joking
No, I
around, but
know.
like obviously it is a thing that happens in this game. But like I saying like, yeah, I haven't seen this in a Nintendo game is pretty fucking wild, you know. And
Yeah.
and like even like taking that aside, like I said, the story of this game is very good. The
Mhm.
world is incredible. I it's really easy to get lost in it and just like kind of walk around and explore it. And the fact that it is all here and it runs as well as it does is very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mostly got it because I just wanted to see how they pulled this off. And like when you told me it was $17, I was like, I'm buying this. I
You're like
literally bought it
sold.
1 hour before they fixed the price glitch.
Oh really?
Yep,
I wonder how long it was up for at that price.
12 hours. That's what my
Okay.
buddy told me. I was up for 12 hours before it was fixed, and it's fixed at a very random time, and that's when he told me, yeah, it was a price glitch. Because
Yeah,
it was
that's
fixed.
usually how
It
you
was
know.
fixed as like 9 p.m. Like that's not a time that you update your store. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised. I figured because Nintendo has a sale going on right now. I
Hmm.
figured it was supposed to be when you said it was a price mistake. I figured it was at least supposed to be on sale, but maybe at a different price. But no, it is just back to normal price, like $69.99.
So
So
apparently, according to like some metadata and shit, it was
mhm.
supposed to be like $42 on sale.
Seems
That was
more
supposed to be
reasonable.
original price that it was supposed to be on sale, but somehow, and I have a theory as to how it happened. Somehow, it was like being given extra sale stuff, And
Uh-huh.
if you look, there's a whole list of DLC for the game, but all it is different language packs you can download to play it in different languages.
Uh-huh.
My assumption is they put the sell amount onto all of those language packs as well, which brought it down to $17.
Oh, maybe.
That's my assumption. I've seen it happen with Steam games before. I've seen it happen with Epic games before. It's really easy to make like one very simple mistake that makes
Mm-hmm.
it so it even marks like it down based on the extra DLC it has versus actually checking to see what that fucking DLC is. So,
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with my purchase. I think this is the most impressive game I've seen on the Switch 2 yet, from a technical standpoint. And I will probably end up playing all the way through this game again on the Switch 2 in short burst because it is a very easy game to get lost in and it's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, it'll be a nice time sink for me for the next little bit until the next game
I honestly
comes
can't
out.
wait to hear your thoughts on it because I do think it is one of those games that should be experienced and that when you hear people's opinions on it, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm off this week, so hopefully I'll have some time to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
The oh, I did think it was interesting. I'm not going to play this way, but I did think it was interesting they had built in like motion controls with the Joy Cons and mouse controls with the Joy Cons. But I'll probably just play more standard. It doesn't. I don't know if it's like going to give me like a Metroid Prime kind of experience with the Joy Cons, but I am not looking for that in particular unless it's a better way to play. So, um,
I would love to play with mouse controls because I know that's here as well. But
yeah.
I every single time I've played with mouse controls, the
Hmm.
issue, and now I've actually like pinpointed it. The issue is the fact that it's not just that it wants me to use it as a mouse because I'm totally fine with using a Joy-Con as a mouse. They're kind of designed in a way where it works. The issue is that they want me to use the stick. They want me to use the 4 buttons on the side,
Yeah.
and the mouse mode, and that part is just really uncomfortable, and it's just not fun.
Yeah,
So
and there's not enough buttons on just the
exactly,
left Joy-Con to be able to compensate for it. Honestly, it'd be someone should make like a legit like third party mouse. That's probably what it needs with like something that's a little bit more.
just allow me to hook up a keyboard for the left Joy-Con and set the buttons to be on that, so then I have that keyboard with all those buttons and everything
Oh yeah,
instead of
that
the
would
left
work too.
Joy-Con, and then I could still
Mhm.
use the right Joy-Con. If Nintendo allowed me to do that, I know it would be a much better experience.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable way to play.
Like, use it like an actual real mouse. It's really not that difficult, Nintendo.
Yeah,
Stop being stupid. You want your gimmick to work, then actually go all out. Don't just half-ass it,
yeah,
as you
exactly.
love to do.
Hmm. Yeah, I think their biggest thing is though it's like you said, there's just the constraints with the buttons and things.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with it. It'll be interesting actually to see what ends up happening with mouse stuff down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously what they've been trying to do, while I appreciate the effort, it just does not seem like they're able to get around the control issues with the lack of buttons.
If they
So,
did a dedicated Nintendo mouse and keyboard, I do think
mhm.
that this mouse mode thing would be perfect, and they would have a lot better. People would have a lot better experience with Switch 2, and there would be more interesting and unique experiences you could do with Switch 2 as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
I
so
don't
I do hope
disagree.
that Nintendo decides to wake the fuck up, Samurai, and start actually doing something with it. That's my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah, hey, maybe one of these days we'll see. Um, yeah, but I'll give updates on Cyberpunk. I assume probably next week. So,
Yep,
mhm.
we will talk about that when you do.
Yeah. What else you got? I know you got one other
Okay,
game in there, right?
yes, I do have one other game. I have to talk about the most unique rhythm game I have ever played.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, this game, I've put like only a few hours into it, but with just how unique it is, I'm already at the point where I feel like this shot up to the top of my list for like
Uh-huh.
best games this year. I'm very impressed by it. So let me go ahead and explain how this game works. So this is
Okay.
a one button rhythm game.
Mm-hmm.
You play to the sound of the song that's playing on the seventh, basically. But they'll
Uh-huh.
mix it up by having like silent fifth and sixth or fourth and fifths, in betweens. where you have to pay attention. Okay? So you have to pay attention to what's going on the screen to be able to play to the beat correctly. But you could also do it by not and just kind of like counting in your head in order to do it, which is super cool. And the entire game can be played without even looking at the screen, which is really impressive to think about. This game is very unique, though. I know how they would do it on console, but I just have to say it was the coolest thing I've experienced for playing it on PC. So, first, let's say 7 songs, right, were fairly normal. And then I got to the 8th song, which was a boss song. And I've been playing in full screen the entire time. And so I select the song, and then my game shrinks itself down into a window. Once I selected the song, instantly, it shrunk itself down into a window. I was like, well, that's weird. Okay. So I start playing the song. And the song is like a love song from the point of view of 2 different characters that you've been playing as up to that point. And the game starts trying to mess with you. That window it just shrunk itself down into is now bouncing all around my monitor to the beat of the song and moving while I'm playing. Like, the window is moving on its own to the beat of the song, like speeding up, slowing down. Like, when the beat drops, the window will drop off of my screen and go out of view, and I still have to play to the beat of the song, even though I can no longer see like where the notes would be coming from and that sort of thing. When it starts hopping back and forth between the 2 different characters, if you have it, right, you will have the game hop over to your second monitor. So I literally had the game actually jump over to my second monitor. All of this is without my input. It's doing it on its own. So like, as I'm playing with different characters, I would be playing to the beat on one monitor, and then like we hop over to the other character, and bam, it jumped the actual monitor, like the actual screen that I'm playing, like the window of the game I'm playing, moves on its own all the way over to my right side monitor instead. And now I'm playing the other character over on my right side monitor, and they keep going back and forth, swapping to my different monitors. So I'm literally having to just pay attention to the game by listening to the beat of the song and playing to the beat of the song, but the game is trying its absolute best by like flashing my monitors on and off, jumping from each different monitor, closing the screen off completely, and doing all these things to try and distract you while you are attempting to play it, essentially. It is very unique. It is very crazy and different from like any other rhythm games I've ever played. It's super cool.
Yeah, I looked at the trailer. It looked very, very nice, very Rhythm Heaven-esque.
It's very, very Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's so unique the way it does these things, because it essentially like fake turns off your monitor, and it like flashes things on the screen and like moves back and forth between the 2. It has a lot of the elements of like the weird shit that would happen in, like, for instance, Eternal Darkness, where like it would turn down the screen, turn down the brightness, turn up the brightness, that sort of deal. That kind of stuff is happening in the middle of you playing as the game's trying to distract you and stop you from being able to hit the notes correctly. And when you see it happen for the first time, you're like, okay, I guess we're doing this now. This is really weird. But it's also kind of like really mesmerizing, because like you can kind of get into the beat, and it's like da 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 da, and then you can go over to the duet of the other person, and you can watch the actual window of the game that you're playing move over to your other monitor, and then you have to play the second person where they're like doing their part of the duet, and it's like, this is so cool. This is so interesting and so different and just so unique in general that it's really good. It's just really good. And they've done a lot of other things that have also made me feel the same way, where like the game kind of breaks down on its own and goes crazy, because the general premise of this is you are a rhythm doctor. You are a person that is doing their job from home, remote viewing their patients, and like defibrillating their heart. Like legitimately. So you have to like play to the beat to actually do the defibrillator to like fucking clear, that sort of deal, to help them with their different problems. But seeing as though you are doing this from your home, there's like problems with like viruses, there's problems with like signal connection going bad, and like the game will just cut itself off in the middle of you playing. But if you're keeping the beat in your head, you can continue playing even though the game just shut itself off,
Okay.
but you still have the music going. It's so freaking cool. It is so neat. I really love this game. This was given to me as like as a Christmas gift from one of my
Mhm.
friends, and I've been playing it since I got it every day. I'm really bad at this game. Like I'm really really bad at this game. So it takes me a few tries to actually get it, because a lot of the time I'll be like, "Ooh, pretty cool colors," or "Ooh, neat gimmick," and I get distracted by that, cuz like how would you not? Like, how would you not like seeing your screen shrink down into a small like windowed box, and then watching that box hop around all your multiple monitor setup? I don't know how you wouldn't get distracted by that. Essentially, it has its own uh music like creator mode, like custom tracks and everything that you can put together, and people have made those and uploaded them. And I honestly, this game's really impressive. It's really cool. I posted a video of it in our chat so you could see it yourself the other day. It's the one where it says everything in this video, including text, and the cuts is a piece of unbroken gameplay. And it's true. Literally, the game does not break. Like, even when it's explaining like tutorials and things to you, it doesn't break the gameplay. So you're like still actually like playing it, and
Mhm.
things can happen while you're playing it. Like, I was being given a tutorial to a new type of beat that I was playing, but then someone that I can only describe as Trump came in to
Okay.
our hospital and was like, "I don't give a shit about your tutorials. I am much more important. You should immediately stop what you're doing and operate on me, or I will remove the funding from this hospital immediately." And it's like he interrupted the tutorial and made me start doing his song in the middle of learning how to play the game. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're here now. And like shit like that will happen all the time. It's really cool. It's really funny and also very tongue in cheek. And he's like, the next time I want like an actual doctor to do the job of operating on me instead.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, but you're the one who came up with the idea for this. And he's like, yes, but when I came up with the idea for this, I didn't think I was going to be the one having to use it. And it's like, damn, that's so fucked up.
There.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's a really good game. Like it's very unique. It's very different from any other rhythm game I've ever played, and it is so cool.
Mhm. Yeah, it sounds like it. Does it have like a story? It sounds like it, like a story mode to like play through too? Is that kind of
Yes,
like
yeah.
okay.
So I've only actually been playing the story mode.
Okay.
Um, so the story mode works where it's explaining how the Rhythm Doctor program works,
Uh-huh.
which is a working from home uh program where someone not at the hospital is remote viewing the patients and having to play to the beat essentially to resuscitate them or to help their ailments and problems and figure out what's going wrong. Someone keeps uploading viruses, and the viruses cause the program, which is what the game is. The game is essentially the program that you're playing.
Mhm.
Um, and it keeps freaking out. So like the whole jumping around the screen and that sort of thing, and like the flipping upside down and the doing all this crazy shit that it does when you're attempting to play the game. It's supposed to just be like a normal song where you're playing, but like the beats will get mixed up, but you'll still have to keep the tempo in your head so that you're like playing to what the beat would be that is presented to you, because someone's attempting to sabotage this program or something, and we don't really know what's going on yet, but you have to help the program succeed and also help these people with their different stories. So like you do this one mission where this guy has an addiction to caffeine, but it's like so bad that like it's causing his heart to skip a beat. That's how they introduce the beat skipping mechanic to the game. that sort of deal.
Okay.
Like he's like really jittery, and then like "Nah, nah," and then like he falls in love with this other girl, and her addiction is smoking. So like it just gets slower, and like she's just like the beat changes up, but you still have to keep the original beat in your head and play to that, even though the beat is changing while you're playing the song initially. And then like the beat will constantly change and do this sort of thing. But like those two become lovers or something, and you're having to do like an interactive story. I mentioned the duet where it was hopping from screen to screen of the two characters. So the woman that was a smoker and had the addiction to smoking and had like the slower beat changes, she was on the left screen and the boy was on the right screen. And I was playing both of their duets back and forth as they were having this conversation and like trying to decide like, hey, am I actually going to confess to this person? And then the other person was like, I wish you would confess to me. And like it's kind of got like musical theater esque things going on here. But then the
Okay.
overarching story is you, the player, are part of the Rhythm Doctor program where you are remote viewing hospital patients and trying to fix what ails them by defibrillating them if they have like heart problems, and that's what's going on. And some patients that you do fix will come back with those problems again later, worse off. And yeah, you'll have the same kind of song you had last time, but there'll be differences in it because of their worsening condition. It's super interesting, really, really cool. It came out of nowhere. This like released like 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awesome. It is really, really good.
Yeah, it looks excellent. I was really hoping it would be on something else. They have it on strange platforms. It's like PC and Xbox. I was like, oh, okay.
So, I will say this because I
Mhm.
decided to stream this to my Discord while playing it, and they do have this accessibility setting where you can have it emulate what I was explaining to you of jumping from window to window and having the duets going on and everything all on one screen. So they've already have the idea of how to do this on like consoles and stuff. It already exists. So
Yeah.
it is a thing that you can do. Also, when it says on Xbox, I'm not sure if it means the system or the Xbox app because I have seen it on the Xbox app. I have not seen it on the Xbox system. So that's what I'm wondering about.
Oh, I don't know. On their website, it just basically listed like every version of Xbox platforms, but
Ah,
I
okay.
didn't look deeper into it than that. It was like PC, Xbox, like the Xbox. I think it mentioned the Xbox platform, but then it was like Xbox XS. Um, what was the
Yeah, I'm
last
gonna look.
generation? I don't even remember what the fuck it was called.
It says play anywhere, and then it says PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it does exist on console.
yeah.
But I mean,
So,
it's $20,
mhm.
and it's definitely worth giving a try. Also, the reason why it may be weird is because it released after PC on Xbox. It released just a few days ago on Xbox, so
Oh, really?
maybe they're waiting to get everything approved for different consoles, and they're doing it individually. I do know that most of the time Xbox has like a turnaround of like 2 weeks versus Nintendo and Sony, which makes you wait up to like a month sometimes. So that may be what's going on, but I don't know
Yeah.
for sure.
I also figured, PC to Xbox or vice versa is like the easiest
Yeah.
um thing to do compared to like PC to say PlayStation or PC to say Switch, um just because of the architecture. But yeah, who knows? I'm sure we'll see more in the future.
Yep.
Do you have anything else on it?
No, this game's just incredible, and the music's fantastic, and I highly
Yeah, it was really good
recommend.
sounding.
Oh yeah, okay. So you listen to some of the music?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's really fucking good,
Yeah,
and
it sounded really nice.
the way that it plays with the music and like the playing this game with just a singular button, but doing everything to make it so that's the most difficult process ever is just
Uh-huh.
very inventive and very creative.
Yeah, I want to check it out. Hopefully, it comes out to something else. I mean, I could always get it on Xbox, but like I said before, it's one of those like, hey, if I can get it portably, like that's more ideal. So yeah, we will see. Um,
I hope you can. I really hope you can.
yeah,
Because I would love for more people to be able to experience this game because I do think it is incredibly unique.
It probably finally will, and it'll come out like the same month as like Rhythm Heaven, and I'll be like, well,
Yep.
sorry. I'll come back around, add it to my wish list. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah. No, that looks good. Actually, random news update. CD Projekt Red, while we've been recording, they actually came out and said apparently there's a inappropriate discount on Witcher 3 as well. They said the discounts for Cyberpunk and Witcher 3 displayed on the Switch eShop were incorrect. The situation was a result of an error we made when submitting the discount. Like, we've corrected the error and new discounts have applied. And they also went out there and said purchases made at the previous price will be unaffected. And they're basically like, we're not going to
Woo!
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome. They're now actually the correct price, which is $40. Apparently,
I told you. Told you it would be 40.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what you thought it was, and that's apparently what it is. So, and they must have fixed it in between, like when we talked and sat down, because, like I said, when I checked earlier, it was still 70. So it must have just gotten updated. So, hey, that's good. So enjoy, other people. It sounds like it's a good deal, even still at 40. So
yeah, I would say it's still a good deal. I'm very impressed with how they've handled Cyberpunk. I do think well, us getting it for 17 is insane, but I think even for 40 the quality is there. And it is a very long game. It's like 20 30 hours. It's a decent amount. And I mean, if you do everything there is to do, it's way longer. But yeah.
let's see. How Long to Beat says that the main story is 26, with the sides 63, completionist 108.
Yeah, so like
and
I said,
that just,
20,
I
30 hours.
assume, just the base game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have never actually played the DLC. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, hey, there you go. Now I got another. Did you go with the mode where it lets you just kind of start right up from the DLC?
No,
then?
no. I've replayed this game multiple times, but never only finished it one specific time. I'm gonna replay one of the ones that I've never actually finished, which is Street Kid. So
Okay.
I'm playing that mode. So it's not that much of a difference, but some of the dialogue.
Yeah, my character that got wiped was going to be one of the people that I forget what the different things were. I was the one who was just going to be like
Nomad, Street Kid, and
yeah,
Corpo.
Nomad. That was the one. Thank
Nomad's
you.
cool.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. No, not that anything looked better than another. I was just like, oh, that sounds fun. It really doesn't give you much like insight into these, like in what
Yeah,
they do
you're supposed to kind of figure that out on your own, like.
as you go.
Yeah, essentially. There
Yeah,
really isn't a lot of changes between the three classes. It's just kind of how you start that changes,
okay.
definitely. It gives you, like, your character some background of what they are. So, like, for instance, Street Kid, which I chose, you're kind of like a street punk. You're like a guy who has, or a girl, who has, their own bar hangout, and there's some shit going down, and this buddy that you've always been friends with has gotten into some shit, and you got to go handle it for him. And that's like the Street Kid one. The one that you want to pick, which is Nomad, is really cool. I'm going to leave that one alone, but it's really neat what you do. The Corpo is literally like, hey, you're already, the low end Corpo scum, essentially. So it's kind of like a bad guy playthrough, but not really. So.
Ultimate Edition, it has listed the main story is 40 and a half hours. Main inside 83 and a half.
So an extra 10 hours. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's not bad. Also, I did not realize this game came out on the Stadia.
It did. Yep.
Because that was listed as like one of the platforms for the completion thing. I was like, oh, did not remember this. So, pretty much already forgot about Stadia. So, also that.
Yeah, most people did.
Exactly. All right. What else do you have to talk about this week? Anything
Honestly, I think that's all of my games. I've
okay.
mostly been dealing with a lot of personal stuff, so I haven't really got anything else to talk about per se because of that. Yeah, I mean, I went Christmas shopping.
Oh, nice.
It was incredibly easy to get a Switch 2 for Katie. I literally ordered it and had it by morning. Like, I ordered it at like 4 a.m. It was there at like 6 a.m. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
They delivered it right to my door. Like someone went personally to Walmart, picked it up for me, and then brought it to my door.
Hey, you can't go
It was
wrong
really
with
good. Yeah.
that. That's really good.
So Katie has a Switch 2 now. So now me, my brother, and Katie all have a Switch 2.
Did you give it to her already, or are you making her wait a couple more days?
So I was gonna give it to her already, but she wanted to wait personally to be
Oh, that's
more
fair.
Christmassy. But also, I got a new monitor.
Uh-huh.
I've already returned it, which
Is this the one
sucks.
that broke?
It sure is.
Oh,
Uh,
geez.
didn't last a day. Essentially, what happened was I got it and I played it, and I didn't really notice anything the first day. I was having an incredible time with it. It was great. And then the second day, when I turned it on, I was like, "Oh, there's a little smudge right there. Let me clean it." I was like, "Huh, it's not coming off." So then I went and put on a fully white background, and I noticed there were multiple little smudges, and that several pixels either I just didn't notice before or overnight died, shut off completely. So they're little black circle smudges where pixels should be in the monitor, but they did not exist anymore because they didn't work anymore. And I had done nothing other than use it for like 2.5 hours and then turn it off. And either between that time or I just in awe of how good it was during that time that I didn't notice it. But yeah, I had dead pixels on my brand new monitor.
Gross.
But it wasn't that big of a hassle. I contacted Amazon. They were like, "Here's a thing. Go to your local UPS and just give it to them, and they'll pack it up and send it back." And they already have. I did it today. I sent it out today. So
Oh, it's good. At least it wasn't too much of a hassle.
no, it was not really a hassle at all. It was actually pretty easy. But I'm just annoyed that it happened because it's like brand new monitor, not used, brand new monitor. It either lasted a day or it was shipped to me defective, which I'm more inclined to say it was shipped to me defective, and I just didn't notice it the first day because, sometimes when you get something new, you're like, "Oh, this is so cool," that you don't notice any faults. But yeah, it happened, and that really sucked.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna get another one, hoping this one doesn't have the same problem, and if it does, then I'll probably just get a different brand and be like, "Yeah, your brand needs some quality
Yeah,
control.
something's going on.
Something's going there." I hope that's not the case because I really liked this monitor. I'll give you without saying the brand name because I don't want to I don't know if that's actually how bad the brand is or if it was just some other error or something, or maybe a little bit of quality assurance problems, which most brands have some kind of QA issue when it comes to
Yeah, and dead
monitors.
pixels are
But
pretty common. Like, it's not like it's an uncommon
but
thing.
is it going to be common on two? That's the question. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and that's the
So,
issue. One, sure, you just bad luck with the draw. Two, yeah, different story then.
yeah. So what I will say about this monitor was it was incredibly bright. It ran at 200 hertz, 1440p. It was IPS panel. It felt really smooth. It felt great to play on. It looked fantastic. And it had really good HDR, going up to 450 nits, which is 50 nits over what is like the low end HDR. So it was somewhere between like, just okay and actually pretty decent for its HDR. And most monitors, you have to shell out a lot of money to even have a okay HDR. So the fact that this one was pretty nice was really good. And the sale was huge. It was down from like $300 to like 160, and that's how much I paid for it. So I'm hoping that sale's still going on when I get my money credited back, because honestly, I'd like to buy another one. But yeah,
Hopefully.
because it was a really good value. It was a really nice monitor, and I really liked it. It just had that problem because it was immediately to the left of the center of the screen that the dead pixel existed. And when I noticed it, then I noticed it forever, and it just
That's how
would
those
not
things
go away.
go. It's
Yeah.
fine until you notice it, and then it's you can't not notice it.
Mm-hmm.
So
But it was a really good monitor, and I really hope that the next one is better, because if it is, then this is going to be a fantastic monitor.
yeah, hopefully. So well, you'll know soon enough.
Yep. Like I said, I really, really liked how just well made it was, aside from the dead pixel problem. Like the actual quality of monitors. Sometimes you can get like $300 monitors, and they're dog shit. But this was very good.
Yeah. It sounds like it was very nice. So hopefully the next one is as watch watch the one you had the last time was the fluke. Like it was
Yeah, like
better
it's
than
even
normal.
worse. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
if that happens, I'm literally just gonna go give me all of my money back. Right? I don't want your shit anymore.
I
I'll
don't want
buy a
nothing.
different one.
Yeah. All right. Well, what else? Anything else to talk about today?
Honestly, no. I haven't really done that much, like I said.
All right. Hey, no, that's fair. I think we had plenty to talk about, it seemed. So that's good. So we'll just wrap up then. So all right. Well then, thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget to find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. Game-crunch.com has all of our old episodes. If you want to send us email, gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon,
Hello.
any final thoughts?
No, not really.
All right. Well, that's it. My name is Mike Anastasia. Find me online. I'm Clash of Penguin there or on your favorite gaming console. Until next week, game on.
Game on.
Deep in the shadows of a distant star, a lone hunter wanders where the dangers are. Visors glow, cannons gleam, pixelated dreams in a neon stream. Rayan halls where echoes collide. The galaxy's secrets refuse to hide. Game on, the hunt is alive. Game on, where the brave survive. Through the maze, past the dark unknown. Game on, this fight's my own. The walls are whispering, the past still speaks. Phazon pulses in the planet's peaks. Shows or ruins, a riddle in stone. Every step I'm more alone. Scan the code, unlock the door. Truth lies waiting on a distant shore. Game on, the challenge is clear. Game on, no room for fear. Through the storms, to the core I'll roam. Game on, this fight's my own.
And there we are.
Yep. I'm really happy with Cyberpunk. I'm glad that they were cool enough to let us keep it. Because I
I know
do feel
everyone.
like I
I was
do
just
feel
reading the
like
comments on Reddit, and they were like, someone was like, would they really pull it back? And they're like, yes.
yeah, it's
Look at
happened
different
before.
countries. Yep, or different companies. Mhm.
hmm
I didn't even
So,
think about it. I was like, oh, I just assumed that they'd just be like, yeah, hey, you got us, you win.
so I kind of thought about it specifically because of the fact that it's happened in the past to me before. So, but
Yeah, I was trying to
also
think. There was a big to do about someone doing it not that long ago. I feel like, but I don't remember who it was or what it was or the circumstances.
I don't
It
remember
wasn't on
either.
the Switch though. I want to say it was maybe
Nope,
PlayStation or Xbox.
it was definitely PlayStation. I don't remember what it was. But what I do remember is that when it was done, a lot of people were like, "Yeah, I'm just not going to buy this game then." and then they didn't, and the game fucking failed miserably. Oh my god! Speaking of failing miserably, did you see fucking Metroid Prime 4 is doing awful in Japan?
I did see that it was a pretty low sales I saw. There's something weird about the numbers though, so I didn't put too much weight into it, but they said it was something like 5% of the sales, so they estimated them out to be about like somewhere in the 900,000 to a million range overall. Which isn't bad, depending on how much money
That
they
is
sunk into it.
absolutely not what I saw.
Oh, like
With
the
backups, even like with actual like receipts.
what did you
I
talk about?
saw I saw receipts of like the sales numbers and stuff and that sort of thing. Essentially, you know, physical games in Japan do still sell quite a bit.
Yeah.
And when you get physical numbers from Japan, normally they're a good indication of how popular something is because Japan still buys physical games. The physical numbers for Metroid Prime 4 in Japan were less than 10,000 copies sold.
Yeah, I saw 3,000. Is what I had saw. But like I said, I also read something that I was like, it's like a very small portion of like the worldwide sales. Although comparatively, now that I'm looking here, Dread did 220,000, so it's a big.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, I wonder what the Metroid Prime remastered sales were for Japan. Said overall, Metroid Prime remastered sold 50,000 copies in Japan, but that's like digital and physical.
Oof, that's actually awful. So I guess Japan just doesn't like Metroid Prime?
Yeah, Japan's never liked Metroid Prime. They don't like first-person games for the most part, first-person shooters.
But Apex Legends is massive in Japan.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Metroid Prime has never done well over there. Metroid in general just never does well in Japan. Like it's one of those weird Nintendo franchises where they're like, we do it mostly for the Western people, but I don't sweat Japan sales too much for something like this. Although I did see someone on Reddit that was like, "Good, let this game burn," and I'm like, you're the fucking Metroid Reddit. Like, what's your fucking problem? Why do you want this game to sell so badly?
Maybe they just didn't like the direction it was heading in.
Which is fine, but if you don't like the direction it's going, like, don't root for it to sell like shit. Like, then you definitely will get nothing else. So
they could be at that point where they're like, I would rather have nothing than have more games like this. Which I've seen actually that sentiment said quite a lot for multiple different games.
Yeah, I don't know why people are like, burn the world. This isn't the game I wanted. Like, yeah, but other people like it, and it's not a bad game. So
I want Nintendo to do better. It's simple as that. I want them to do better. I feel like this first year of the Switch 2 has been very good, and its highs have been very high, but its lows have been very low. And some quality assurance is needed. And then on top of that, like, I can look at something like Cyberpunk, for instance, which runs incredibly well and is on the Switch too. And then I look at something like Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I'm like, there's no excuse. There's no fucking excuse. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but we talk about this all the time. Like, what are they going to do? Delay the system another year to like polish up these games? Like, they
delay the games though. That's my point.
Then what'd you do? Just launch the system with no first-party games?
So, I mean, they didn't launch with Donkey Kong.
They didn't launch with Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong basically carried the first half of the year.
You're right.
I mean, Mario Kart was not going to carry it.
Mario Kart ain't gonna carry shit.
Yeah, I mean, Mario Kart was well polished. Like, I mean, it's just boring. That was the problem with that one. But the problem you always run into with the problem all consoles run into first year is that it's that balancing act where it's like, okay, well, the system is coming out. We have to get stuff out for it. You know, and obviously we talked about it before. Like, Donkey Kong seems like it was probably supposed to be the holiday game, but it got pushed forward because Metroid was whatever shape it was in. and obviously clearly need the extra 6 months. But like, yeah, you just get to a point where it's like, well, we got to support the system with first party stuff. We have XYZ. They have to come out. And it's just like, do we delay the game and risk having these huge ass holes when it's the most important year for the system? Like, arguably, like the first year is one of the most important ones because it really drives that momentum and people's interest in it. Or do you just, let it slide and, do whatever? And you always run into this weird quality issue with games in the first year because they want to hit that window. Like you slide out of it. It happens with third party games a lot too, but with stuff that's already existing, like Cyberpunk, they have more time to focus on it because the game's already built. It's just more like, hey, let's optimize it for the system, as opposed to something like new and built for the system, which I don't think there's any good third party examples of that, right?
Good third party examples of that. Let me think.
Because there's no like third party exclusives, right?
I don't think there are any for Switch 2, right? Oh, wait. Technically, Hades 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Technically, Hades 2 is a third party exclusive. So there's that.
Yeah. And that one, I mean, it's a great looking game. Not really like pushing some stuff there on the graphics front side.
True. However, I have heard that it does run at 120 FPS, which is very impressive.
Yeah, that's very good. So, but yeah, I mean, I think the moral of the story is what I'm getting at is I would expect the quality of the games going into next year to be better because there's not the crunch to get things out in that first year anymore.
I agree. I just think
Nintendo will feel far more comfortable sitting and delaying things like usual instead of like, oh, we have to get something fucking out. So, although granted, what's the first shit that's coming out next year? Something stupid that nobody cares about.
Mario Tennis?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's February.
I'll look. Give me a second.
I'm pulling it up right now as well.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, Mario Tennis is February 12th.
Something's in January. Oh wait, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, the update for Animal Crossing's there. And then other things that we have announced that we don't necessarily have, like the Pokemon Pokopia, that's in March. I remember that. But
then multiple things are in spring.
Yeah, lots of spring things. Yoshi
Mario
game.
Wonder, Switch 2 edition, and Tamagotchi Life. And then we have just 2026 with Rhythm Heaven and Fire Emblem. So
correct. And Pokemon Champions.
Oh yeah. Wait, I thought that was a phone game.
It is a phone game and Switch games.
Okay.
Yep, it plays on all of them. So that one's everything. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm really excited for Pokopia. I think that will be fun. I could give zero shits about Mario Tennis.
We got that new what is it? That new Capcom game that was announced, and also Resident Evil is also going to be on Switch too.
Oh yeah. Those are both coming out early next year as well.
Pragmata, that's what it's called. Yep.
Yes. Actually, that just reminded me too, because I thought that was funny. I actually randomly saw a trailer for the 007 game yesterday. I'm like, oh, this looks good. And then they're like, oh, coming out in March. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was coming out that soon. And then as I was getting news together for the podcast, they're like, delayed till May. I'm like, seriously? This was just announced like a week ago, like the date for it.
It looks really good.
It does. It looks a lot better than I expected to. Like a lot better. So that does look good.
So I will say, that game is made by the Hitman devs, and they make really fucking good games. So I'm kind of excited for that one.
Yeah, that one actually seems like it could be very promising for sure.
I don't know if it's on Switch 2, but if Hitman comes to Switch 2, you should definitely try it out. I think you would really, really like it.
I feel like it is, but I got enough stuff to get through right now.
I know. I'm just saying, if like that goes on sale somehow, and get another price glitch,
I know exactly. I'll have to look into that. I have started to get into a point, and I hate it when I do this, but I've started to kind of like pick up more things as they go on sale. Be like, oh, I'm playing this later when I have time.
So I've been doing that with the Switch 2 specifically, or I do that when a new console comes out specifically. And this first Cyberpunk thing is my Switch 2 purchase so far. So I'm thinking like, if more of those things happen, then it'll probably get thrown on the Switch too, because I like building up a library quickly and not for a lot of money on new consoles.
Yeah, exactly. And you really can't go wrong with a fucking $17.50 game. Like,
Honestly,
it's like it's less than half the price of the sale price.
yeah.
It's wild. Yeah.
It's like I said, they definitely fucked up by putting the because they had 6 different DLCs, which were
Mhm.
6 different languages, and I know they absolutely just applied the thing based off how many DLCs there were, and that's a really easy mistake to make. So
Mhm.
I feel like that's why it happened, which I'm very happy because I probably would not have bought this game at $40, but 17 is a no fucking brainer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. And honestly, if anything, it probably gave them a boost on the sales charts and things.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that? Oh, I also keep forgetting about actually another game for next year, Splatoon Raiders. I forget that game
That's
exists.
right. That doesn't have a release date though.
No,
Like
they,
it doesn't even
they
have a.
made
It
announced it
technically
like
doesn't
2
even have a.
directs ago.
It technically doesn't even have a 2026 release date. It's just eventually.
Yeah, although I
'Cause
think we all kind of
it-
assume it'll be there because of
yeah.
Nintendo is how close they try to announce things. But
hmm
you are right; it could be. Who fucking knows? Maybe it should have been at the Game Awards and been like 2027. So yeah, we'll see about that. That Yoshi game looks good though. I am excited for that.
yeah, it looks good. I agree. Is there
There's also
anything
a new
you're wanting to
Monster Hunter
clean up
coming out next
before?
year too.
There
Huh?
is. Is there anything you're wanting to clean up before Game of the Year?
I don't know. I figure next year we'll talk about Game of the Year cleanup and maybe assemble some of our Game of the Year categories and do that. I
Yeah.
think that we did that last year. I think I liked doing it that way.
I'm trying to play through some right now, but then at the same time, literally, indie games just don't have a release date. They just happen. Like
Yeah.
that's the problem. So a lot of my favorite games have released this month, and I'm like, guys, just wait. Shit, what? I haven't bought you yet. Fuck. So
yeah, slow your roll.